Why the most impressive guardian dog is the easiest one to read. Predators don't beat guardian dogs by force. They beat them by learning them. And the dog everyone praises is usually the easiest one to figure out. Most owners think the strongest dog, the loudest, most active, most visible, is the safest option. If it reacts fast, they feel protected. But predators don't fear strength. They look for patterns. The first thing predators test isn't whether a dog will fight. It's whether the dog reacts the same way every time. And once a predator learns a dog's reaction pattern, it doesn't need to challenge it. It just works around it. That's the part most people miss. Once a predator learns a dog's reaction pattern, the encounter changes completely. At that point, the predator isn't asking, "Can I beat this dog?" It's asking, "How do I avoid the part of the property this dog actually controls?" This is where most owners get blindsided because nothing looks wrong yet. The dog still barks, it still charges, it still does its job. But the predator isn't engaging anymore. It's studying the gaps. Every repeated reaction becomes a map. How far the dog chases, how long it stays engaged, where it stops, how quickly it returns. Predictable defense doesn't scare predators, it teaches them. Humans are wired to trust speed. Fast reactions feel like control. Immediate response feels like protection. Noise feels like presence. So when a dog reacts instantly, owners relax. But predators interpret speed differently. Fast reaction tells them when it's active, how early it commits. An early commitment is exploitable because once the dog commits early, the predator controls the timing from that point on. Predators don't remember encounters emotionally. They remember them mechanically. They keep track of routes, distances, delays, and outcomes. A large guardian dog that reacts the same way every time is easy to profile. And once profiled, it doesn't need to be challenged. It just needs to be bypassed. This is why predation often shifts instead of escalating. Not because the dog failed, but because the predator learned where not to go. Calm dogs don't give clean data. They don't react early. They don't react consistently. They don't reveal thresholds. From the predator's perspective, this is very dangerous because uncertainty is very risky. Because uncertainty is risk. If a predator can't predict when the dog will move, how far it will go, what triggers a response, then every approach becomes a gamble. Predators like to avoid gambling when the odds aren't in their favor. A still guardian dog isn't passive, it's withholding information. No early bark means no confirmation you were detected. No chase means no data on range. No panic means no emotional leverage. The predator is forced to move closer to learn more. Closer is where mistakes happen. This is why calm dogs get watched longer but challenged less. Aggressive, reactive dogs often look impressive. They dominate the fence line. They run full speed. They chase deep. But every chase trades territory for distance. Each time the dog leaves position, the predators learn the space is unguarded when I do X. Over time, the dog unintentionally trains the predator where safety exists. Calm dogs don't vacate space, they hold it. Ownership beats intimidation. Most predator deterrence doesn't end in confrontation, it ends in decision. The predator decides the information isn't clear, the timing can't be controlled. Then it chooses to leave, usually. This happens quietly, without proof, which is why humans underestimate how often deterrence actually works. Here's where owners accidentally sabotage good dogs. They encourage early barking, faster reaction, more visible aggression, because they want reassurance. But reassurance to humans equals information to predators. The more predictable the response becomes, the easier it is to work around. This is why experienced LGD handlers value boring dogs. Boring means unreadable. Livestock guardian dogs don't perform. They don't reassure. They don't signal success. They remove the need for conflict. That's why people think they aren't doing too much. In reality, they're doing the hardest job. denying predators certainty. The strongest guardian dog isn't the loudest one. It's the one that refuses to be learned. Predators don't fear size. They don't fear aggression. They don't fear noise. They fear the uncertainty that comes with situations. And the calm dog, the one that doesn't react, doesn't chase, doesn't reveal, is the one they never quite figure out, which is why it keeps working long after the impressive one fails. A loud guardian dog isn't automatically a bad one. In many cases, it's a young dog trying to understand its role. Young LGDs react early because their confidence isn't fully formed. They haven't learned which stimuli matter. They don't yet trust their own judgment. Noise is a placeholder for certainty. As the dog matures and gains experience, reaction timing naturally slows, if it's allowed to. Trying to suppress noise too early often creates confusion instead of calm. One of the biggest mistakes owners make is trying to command calmness. Calmness isn't obedience, it's judgment. You don't teach judgment through repetition, you teach it through exposure without interference. When a young dog reacts and nothing happens, no chase, no escalation, it learns. This didn't require action. Over time, those non-events stack. That's how calm is built. If you learned something new or enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.